Welcome to the Man of Wonder podcast. My name is Kuri, your host, and today we're going to be talking about why I haven't made an episode for the 9 days. Last week I did a night shift, come off a night shift on the weekend, so I made my last episode on a Sunday, I think, and I was going to make an episode the following morning, but I found myself very discouraged with, the way my business was going in terms of the internet business and everything else, and I was quite discouraged. But also, I was so exhausted. So I got myself, I just said I was going to make an episode later on, but it was almost like jet lag. Literally could not get up, could not do anything. And I thought I was going to make one on Tuesday. Tuesday came along and I was a little bit busy, but it just sort of, again, still going through down the dumps. And a lot of it is the fact that when I started doing this internet business stuff, I thought it was just going to be a quick turnover thing, and it's just like the way they advertise it is like, you just do a few things and you're going to be making so much money, and it's not the case. You have to actually put in a lot of time, and you have to let go of a lot of things that block you from actually becoming successful. And a lot of it is the reason why you don't gain any success on any business, whether it's online or offline, is the fact that you hold on to a belief, and some of those beliefs are self-limiting beliefs. So there's a lot of self-limiting beliefs that are coming from trauma that have been highlighted through chasing the dream of actually becoming successful online that I'm now have been dealing with. And at the same time, I've come to a point where I've also realized that I have to audit how I spend my time. So when I do spend time doing the internet business stuff, I'm always sort of half doing it because I've got something else that I need to do. So I discovered this thing called Deep Work. It's a book called Deep Work, and it talks about how to actually utilize your time, that when you do put yourself in a place where you're going to be making something or doing something, an activity towards your business or whatever, you have to be putting in 100%, and how you can instead of spending loads of hours talking about doing the internet business and doing it, it has to be, if it's 30 minutes a day, it's 30 minutes that are of massive impact, because it's almost like when you play baseball or cricket or anything like that. You can swing all you like. What counts is when you actually hit the ball. So it's one of those things that I need to start focusing on in terms of really being effective and actually turning the key for the things that I need to happen. So yeah, it's been some of the things that I've been thinking about, and this one of the highlight of my week, learning that concept and going through the book. Also, the other thing was the fact that I actually realized that part of the reason why I'm not focused and not doing deep work is the fact that I can plan, and it's just the execution of plans. And sometimes I don't really know how to plan the systems that I want to be focusing on. So part of it is now me actually trying to get a coach. So I think I'm going to have to try and get a business coach, or at least a mindset coach, just to get me on the path where I'm letting go of some of those things that are self-limiting beliefs, because some of it is to do with finances, that even though I think I would want to be a millionaire, I would want to have millions, but if I feel like I don't deserve it, then it's never going to happen, because I'll just do things that are self-sabotaging, so I'll sabotage that by myself. I'll do things that will not make it happen. So, and I was listening to Julian this weekend, and you're talking about this concept, and you're saying if you can walk into a very expensive shop and you can ask for the most expensive thing without feeling any negative feelings within inside you, then you're at the place where you've let go. And I don't have the feeling that I can actually walk into a place like Rolex and say, show me your most expensive watch, and and feel comfortable, because I'd feel like I'm being judged. And I felt this the most this weekend when, because my wife's car is not it was broken down. She got a courtesy car, and because she got a premium car, and she was supposed to get an Audi Q5, but then it turned out that they ended up giving a TT Sports. And I'm not a big fan of Audi TT, but I thought it would be fun to drive. And when I got in, it was, surely enough, it was fun to drive and stuff like that. But I started feeling a little bit uncomfortable every time I parked up and people were giving me looks. I was a little bit suspicious. And I actually think people did not even care. They probably didn't even notice. But in my mind, when people looked my direction, I felt like they were looking at me and judging based on the car I was driving. And that, again, highlights the fact that maybe there's something in there in terms of letting go of my relationship with money and my relationship with actually getting rich, basically. So it's one of those things that I thought was quite interesting to be learning, and something that I've been wanting to focus on in terms of going in the future, because that's definitely one of the limiting beliefs that I hold, and something that most people would hold, and that's the reason why they would not make it successful. Very few people make it successful, and the ones that do have been managed to find a way of getting over this bit. So it's very interesting. So, but like, again, I've not scripted anything. I thought I should make this and just sort of give an update on what's happened in the last week. Hopefully we've all caught up, and I've got a few things that we're going to be talking about, especially the deep work stuff. We're going to talk about that. And then once I do find a mindset coach, I'll be sharing my experience with a mindset coach as well. The one other thing I did do today that was different is I went to the gym for the first time in months, and that was pretty good, because one thing I did learn as well last week was the fact that I do not have a morning routine, or at least a routine to go to the gym where I can just sort of just work out and get my body into a good physical health. So that's another thing I'm sort of working on, if I can try and be consistent with that, because part of the deep work that works alongside with being able to challenge your body and be disciplined in doing something that is not just the business, it's also actually having external things that you're doing that keep you disciplined and focused. So, yep, thank you very much for listening. Today, it's just a sort of been all over the place. There's no specific thing I was trying to teach or talk about. So hopefully you found it somewhat interesting, or at least helpful in some sort of way. But if you want to know more about this, go to the Men of Honor Facebook group, and you can get some more of this information. If you're a lady and you know somebody that would be interested in this, please share this podcast episode. And thank you very much for listening. So I'll be seeing you soon. Take care.